Hello, hockey fans of all ages, shapes, and sizes. We're at a vineyard in the Okanagan here, staying for the winter in a cabin. Got my stick prop. These composites, probably even more now, pretty expensive. But I wanted to comment on how the announcers use sticks, etc., in some of their commentary, and I believe a lot of this stuff is really effective. I really like it from the standpoint of like tutorials and stuff like that. I'd love to integrate, just toss that aside. I'd love to integrate some of that into some of my casts or whatever, etc. But the main thing I wanted to comment about from an announcing standpoint is, there's this consummate professional in the middle, and there's a bit of a stiff on the one side and a bit of a clown on the other side. So not necessarily a clown, but clowning around, joking around, and things like that, because when I put some names to it, I don't want to say someone's a stiff or someone's a clown, obviously, but that's sort of the extreme, and I don't think any of these guys are to that level of extreme. On either end. A lot of them are consummate professionals, but you got guys joking around and stuff like that. So just from the different announcers, I'd say like Gretzky, he was joking around like with the Leafs. He said these guys are on milk cartons. I thought that was hilarious. Basically inferring that they're missing in the playoffs. Like Biz probably to the extreme, a little bit PK Subban to the extreme of jokes and stuff like that. Like sometimes I just shake my head, but I do want to say Biz really highlighted stuff in Columbus that is legendary as far as journalism goes. So and he stuck to his guns. My gut instinct was that he would bail on that as fast as a cat in a hat. But he stuck to his guns, and they fired Babcock, or I guess he stepped down just to save face or whatever. But I want to say kudos to that as far as sticking to your guns and honoring the truth. I think that we all need the truth. So I do love how I would enjoy doing some hockey tutorials and stuff like that. Like I want to say, talking about the wings, like strong side, weak side, just from that standpoint to talk about. I personally believe that the traditional stance was lefty shot. I'm a righty shot. I would go to the right wing. Lefty shot goes to the left wing, the left boards. And what I find as a righty, I was always a right shot defenseman. So it's opposite in defense. You want your strong side defenseman on the right hand side, lefty on the left hand side. And some guys play their weak side really well. Morgan Riley is one of them. A couple other guys that play the weak side very, very well, like Morgan Riley playing the right side, etc. So I do love when announcers talk about this kind of stuff. And I want to say, I don't know. I wish Chelly was still there. Maybe people thought he was a bit too stiff, but I think him and PK Subban are like oil and water. PK can be pretty extreme sometimes. It's finding that balance of being a consummate professional and joking around a little bit. I think the great one can get away with almost any joke. The guy's the GOAT, right? So it's I think sometimes PK goes a little bit too far, and he got under Chelly's skin. Like Mess can be, maybe a little bit more stiff there. I definitely think like the Sharks, Hetty, Brett Hedican, and Honor, Shark Voice, etc. Some of those guys can be. They're very consummate professionals. They don't throw in too many jokes. They're very serious and stoic, which is a good thing. So that's my bit on the announcers, and just a little bit about the lefty-righty question. But just to throw an example for the lefty-righty to end it is I think that, hey, how you doing? I think that William Eklund, to me, he's playing left wing. I think he should be on his weak side playing right wing because of his one-timer. I see him score a lot of goals from that side on the power play, at least on the Barracuda. And another guy who should play the weak side is Philip Zadina. Now, I have him pegged as being kind of the new Noah Gregor. He'll have ups and downs this season. I think he'll get about a dozen goals. I could be blown away by that if he really shines. He scored a goal already, so maybe he's proven me wrong. But I feel like that guy, to me, instead of he should be playing left wing, and I believe he's playing his weak side already. So some players, it counters that. And the reason I say he should be playing left wing is instead of right wing on his weak side, and it should be, I think him and William Eklund should switch. Like, that's a perfect swap opportunity for the Sharks. The reason being is that guy has an amazing backhander. Now, I think as far as like tutorials and things like that, I'd love to see some of the hockey commentators talk about how to take a great backhand. Like, to me, Sidney Crosby has an elite, probably the most elite backhand in the league, just deadly. And Zadina, to me, you saw it demonstrated against the Golden Knights the other night, where he had an amazing backhander that was, I believe, tipped or whatever, and almost scored. I think Nico Sturm tipped it, but that kind of highlight there demonstrates Zadina. And I did comment, I believe, in one of my other vlogs that I felt like Zadina had a pretty lethal backhand. So to me, he should be left wing. Eklund should be RW, right wing. And I don't mind, actually, just the last thing, it's hard to talk it through or explain verbally, but sometimes, like if I'm a righty, I am a righty shot, and if I'm on the left wing, I'm taking a pass from the defenseman against the half wall, and I'm putting my body or my butt, sticking my butt out to give me space from the offense, like the forward coming in as the defender, trying to keep me hemmed in my zone. So I think it has benefits from a time and space standpoint. And the traditional thought process of lefty left wing, righty right wing was always a moving thing. So these guys are so fast, so elite now, and so skilled that I think that's okay to take a pass even when you're flat-footed to get the space, and then you maybe hit the centerman who's doing a button hook curl and coming back out. So I remember our coaches back in the day, even like Pee Wee, Adam, Novice, whatever, they always talked about, okay, against this team, we're going up the middle, and it's go to the wings, or like high off the glass and out, and now you get penalties if you're shooting it over. Not a lot of us guys could really fire it that high, but back in minor hockey. But anyways, I wanted to say from that standpoint, even if you're flat-footed, it kind of goes against tradition. If your defense are behind I would say if your defense are behind the net, it's okay to be flat-footed and hit the centerman, or even do a give and go with the defenseman, right? They pass to you and you pass it back to the defenseman after they take a few strides and get going, and break out that way. Or you can break out through the centerman up the middle. So I love the with stick demonstrations of the announcers, and a little talk on the strong side, weak side for you hockey analysts out there to pick apart. Cheers.